All right. Today I'm going to talk about uh, multi-photo editing. I guess most of some people said that I'm not professional. I'm not shooting event. I'm not shooting concert. So I don't need to like edit a lot of photo at one time. I can do one at a time, no problem. So they're using Photoshop. But I can tell you, how about when you go to travel, vacation, right? And then this is just a regular vacation. It definitely is more than one or two photos, right? And then you just normally, when you're shooting anything, it's more than one or two photos. So when you're editing, you will feel that it's kind of a lot of time and time consuming. And the only thing that Lightroom is good, they can provide a better, quicker way to do it. So now the first of all, when you do develop module, you have to go down here, pay attention. Can you see this? Previous, right? What is mean by previous? Now let's me do something first. Now, let's say this photo. I don't know why I have it. I don't know what's in it. All right. So let's look at this. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 photos. Right? They are pretty much around that time, the range that you're shooting different. Now, if I'm doing one photo, let's say, let me reset it. I'm doing just a change. Let's say if this is the one that I feel that, okay, this is good. Now look at that. This is the photo number 6, right? And you go to number 7. When you do number 7, when you do, sorry, let me try set that first. Let me reset it. So now if I using this one and I try to do it, and say, this is the one that I like. Okay, that's good. Now, this is photo number 6. When you go to number 7, if you hit previous, boom. See that? You don't need to change everything. Now you can see that the number 6, pay attention on this, right? Number 7, they're all the same. So, and then when you go to number 8, when you hit previous, it just copy everything from number 6 to every single one, right? Let's say I reset this one. Now, if I have it number 6, I select, I can jump to number 9. I don't need in sequence. And I hit previous. As long it kind of remember, even you jump to another photo, of course, it will all totally different. If you use previous, it will just copy all the setting from number 6 to whatever photo you have. So this is one of the quick way you can just copy whatever you change, copy everything to the next one, right? So this is one of the method you can use it. It is using previous. Now, let me go to this group. Now, this is a concept, right? You know that the white balance is not correct and everything because of the situation. Now you have to change it. Now, for example, this one is a little bit yellowish, right? So when you go to develop module, now this is all reset, nothing. So let me see, auto. Now it's a little too blue because you know why? In the back, there's the outside light is blue and the inside is yellow. So now you just the auto. Right? See that? Now you just do that, haze a little bit. You just feel that this is good. Now you can go to the next photo. When you hit previous, it will copy everything from the first one. Now I can go to the number 7. See, it pretty much it copy everything down here. So this is one of the method. Of course, you just go by in sequence. Like for example, this 4 photo, pretty much the same kit, is about the same direction and everything, all the settings. So you can do that. Now another method, we can do it now. Let me reset. Now if you select more than one photo, now you can hold this. Now you can hold the shift key, and then to the end will be select all 4, right? Or maybe you can hit and then command or control to select single one, whatever you want, right? Let's say I have this 4 photo. Now pay attention. It changed to auto sync, right? If you have 1 photo, it always like previous. But if you have more than one photo, it will change to auto sync. Now, sometimes you see the sync, right? But you just flip the switch, make it to auto sync. Right? Auto sync. We're talking auto sync right now. You see that this is more highlight. It's a light, brighter color. That means this is your master. Now, if you change, remember I just changed the white balance. You see that? The rest of the photo change. That means you can have more than 2 photos, more than 1 photo. You can have everything. I can select all, you can change, the everything. So now if you set auto, change the brightness. You see that? All the photos, they change at the same time. So you save you a lot of time to do it. Of course, you are pretty much in the sequence. If right now, if I reset it, I'll reset everything. You see that all this photo, the majority of this photo, they're all yellowish, right? You can see that. I can do that. How many photos I have? I have 92 photos. See that? They're all nothing. If I use 92 photos, if I select them all, if I change the white balance, I can change the white balance for all the photo at the same time. See, this is one of the quick way. Just like if you want to denoise, or you can change the white balance of most of them, you can change it, all the photo, no matter how many, just whatever you select. Right. So let me go back to that. I can reset it. I can reset all 60. No, back to this group before. If I'm using auto sync, I just change the white balance. The change. Still a little bit too yellowish. Down here and decrease the yellowish. Now, see that? The next photo, they change all at the same time. So you just deselect it. So now you just say, okay, I just crop it, and then maybe this one, I crop it. So you don't want to crop everything at the same time. If you want to select more than that, you can also crop at the same time. So you just say, all right. And again, I usually put a red in there, and this one, you can crop it. And then this one. Just see how quick it is. You can have 4 photos doing it at the same time. Right. Now, this one. Now remember, you have this. You can use it in this one. Use previous. See how this adjusts. Oh, it's a little bit too bright, and then you can just fine tune a little bit. So at least you can have most of the stuff already changed to save you a lot of time, and then you just look at it. Now, with this number 5 select, you see that these two are the same, right? And then let me crop it. Now with this, I think I don't want to wait. So now this is the one already done, right? With number 5 select, now you select the rest. You're gonna command or control, select this 2, right? Now flip to sync. Right? Remember before is auto sync, now flip to sync. So when you flip to sync, you just hit it. Whoa, my God, what is this? Right? This is the menu tell you what you want to copy from number 5 to the rest of the photo. What you want to copy, right? You can select none. That means nothing copied. You can select all, copy editing. Copy editing, what is this? I think you learn most of them. Now the basic is all like the white balance, the exposure, highlight, shadow is all this, right? And then, the tone curve, you haven't learned it yet. And then HSL, all those things, right? And then, this, whatever, all this stuff, it just copy. But you just tell them, don't crop it, because you don't want to copy the crop thing from this photo to the rest of the photo. So you can select what you want to copy to. And then when you hit sync, pay attention to the 6 and 7. See that? Now 6 and 7 already changed. Now before, after. So this is another quick way to copy editing over. So now this is the only 3 option that Lightroom can let you multi-edit more than 1 photo. One is a previous, auto sync. Auto sync is editing work at the same time. And the sync, you just work on 1 first and then copy it over. So now, even if this one, I think it's this guy, because now you see that this is pretty much the same. I can use the control option. I can select this. I don't need to be in an order, right? And then I just use sync. I just tell them everything. Now you pay attention. It just copy editing over. Now this is copy. This is before and after. See that it copy editing over. So that is one of the way they use is that before, after. So that's one of the way that they use the sync. Any questions so far? Why I have a yellow line in here? Is there any questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
朱老师，就是说 just in case by accident you will not realize actually you have 2 photos were edited, but you select those 2 plus other few unedited is a group to think. So because the 2 photo was edited, so what would happen when you do the think at the same time, all the photo?
They always, and based on one, I hope you can see that. You see number 10?
Yeah.
It's more brighter. When you select this one, right, you can hit, you see that 11? Now it's brighter, right? 12, you can bring it. You can tell him when this before the sync, you said, all right, copy number 10 to the rest. And then you can sing it, right? You can tell them, all right, copy from 11 to there. Now, if you, by accident, let's say you have this one, this is not even added, right? It's not even added. If you use this, you just tell them sync. That means it copy from this 15 to the rest. When you sing it, oh, you copy. And then sometimes you say, oh no, I make a mistake. But one good thing is about Lightroom, you see that when you scroll all the way down, there's an history. See that? If you're this one, you can go back, go back, go back, go back. You can go back every single step until you can go to the original, right? So Lightroom is the only one you can have all the history from the first step to the latest. Photoshop only have a limited amount, but Lightroom can have, you can go from the history and then correct it. Did that answer your question?
Sort of, not exactly the question I was asking for, but I'm gonna say, for example, the number 10, both number 10 and number 11 were added. You want actually, you want to just copy all the change from number 10 from to 12, 13, 14, 15, but accidentally you select both number 10 and number 11, then
you cannot because they can only select one. You see the bright color?
Yeah.
They said that you can only copy from one photo to the next photo to the rest. You cannot have combined the two photos, combined it. Okay. You can only have copy from one photo.
Okay.
You see that right now it's number 10 select. You cannot select number 10 and number 11 together to copy it to the rest.
Okay.
There's no way you can select both at the same time. You can only have one master.
You can do the control shift. You can select number 10, number 11, right?
Control shift, no, nothing. Right now, if you select a photo, you can change, just hit the mouse. You don't need to hit shift and anything because the shift and the control is to select the photo. Select the photo. When you select the photo, you don't need to hit any key. You just move your mouse and pick up the master. I don't want to call it select. You can select, you can use the command and select the rest of the photo, whatever, all this photo. And then after that, you just pick the one that you're the master that you copied from. You can only pick up one to copy it from this one to the rest. You cannot use any shift or whatever to copy from more than two photos. More than one photo, you can only have one. Try it out, and then you try it out and you can feel the thing. But a lot of the time I make a mistake is, let's say right now, this one is no, let me pick, no, this one already changed, right? You can see that all this change. And then this are not, right? And then you suppose to copy all this thing. You suppose you copy all this to this, right? And then you see that it's highlight, it's already highlight. And a lot of the time, because so many photos, sometimes make a mistake. And then I just sing it and copy all the wrong stuff to the rest of the photo. And now that is the most difficult part. You cannot undo just one step. you have to go to the one photo, go back one step, one photo, go back to one step. And then if you have like 100 photos, you have to do 100 times. That's the, so that's why that is the downside. You need to really pay attention what you copy from. Because sometimes it's not the whole thing. Sometimes I just, let's say if I change this one, all right, and then let me see. Let me see, because I said all the step, right? If I want to change just a little bit on that, and then I copy the mistake, I copy the mistake to the rest of the photo. So that's the only thing when you do sync, you need to be careful which one you pick. Any other questions? If there's no more question, because this one, you maybe said, oh, I don't do a lot because I don't do all this concept. But if you just like regular just vacation or something like that, you can still argue like which one do I this? No, if I just reset it, it's pretty much, and then you see that it's pretty much the same, and then reset it. Now, if you just do one photo, you can just go to the next one. You go to previous. You see that? It changes everything. So, and you can do it quick and all this thing. You just go back. You see this photo, you just like previous. This is just normally you just vacation thing. It's not like a concept. So you can still use this as quick method to work on all the photos. All right. Any other questions? If not, I can talk about the export. Right. Let's use this. I guess most of them, do I have it? And let me see, two. No. There's a smaller size. Yeah, big, roughly, right? When you look at this one, right, 5007, whatever, this is the pixel. This represents the size of the photo. Right. Right. So 5760, how come mine is keep moving? 5760 means the longest side, and then 3008 is the vertical side. That's the length and then the height. That's represent. So that means how big your photo is. So a lot of time we just tell them don't crop a lot. When you cropped, make the photo smaller, you lost the detail. Say, like if you see that the size. Now from 5,000 become to 3,007 or something like that in 2005. That means the picture is smaller. Right? When you enlarge it, you will be the detail is not that good. So that is the one, when you mention about, cutting the photo. Now, why when you submit the stuff, why sometimes they want you to do the smaller size and then because the larger the photo, the more memory, the file size is big. So if some of the website or whatever, they will hold up a lot of the memory. So they said, I don't need maybe just to monitor that size. I don't need a huge size. So they limit the size of your photo. So let me back to original. Now you pay attention to 5,700, that is a long side. So when you do Lightroom, when you export it, right? This is the one I never told people to resize it, because when you do it, you always like downsize your quality. You just, most of the time I would use it to compress it, but this time it's different, because when you submit the thing, you see the image size, you have to resize, right? This is what they're gonna resize. And now when they submit, they want the 2,000, or the maximum is 4,000. So you know that the width, because this is landscape, right? The width is, before this one is 5,000. Now they want to limit to only 2 to 4,000. Now you can put 3,000 in there. And then it's automatically, they just like ratio it, right? The 300 pixel, DPI, pixel per inch, right? A lot of the time, we don't really pay attention on this thing, because what it is for? This is for printing, right? But if they want the 300, you just leave it 300. But a lot of time, we don't care about this thing. Only is for printing. When a magazine or something like that, because their printing head is the max, usually is around like 300 DPI. It can't be like 1,000 or something like that. So the most important, you just make sure you export to 3,000 is the length, and then make sure I have export. Now, when
朱老师，那个它那个 resolution 有的时候它是 default 在240 dp。
Yeah, you can do 240.
Yeah.
Right. And then, but a lot of the time they don't really care or something like that, because when we were not printing a photo, so those are pretty much for the printer concern. A lot of the time when the photo is good, the resolution, so you can see that even a magazine, when you look at it, when you really close and look at it, you can see all the dot. But a lot of time we are not going to look at photo like this. We always have a distance. So that's why 300 is more than enough. You can see that this one right now, because I think when I do it, I also, because I also limit, the thing. So now when you see the photo that come out, this one, now they change to 1,005 and then 1,000. I think before I put a 3,000. I think I have something. Now, if I don't reset it, if I don't resize it, right? And I'm not going to limit. Now you can see, let me see, do they have memory size? And now 1.5 gig, no, 1.5 megabyte, this photo, the file size. Now, if I'm not doing anything, just the original photo, now I export it. I'll wait to know. You see that? From this one, 1.5 to 20.8 megabyte, right? And then the size of the photo, exactly the same as the 5760, right? And exactly the same. That is the original size. You can see that how big it is. You can say one photo is pretty much like 15 photo, right? This is only 1.5, and this is already 20. So that's why they said that the printing company, whatever, they said, no, don't send me that huge, humongous, right? They would tell you to make it smaller. Do I have anything set up? Why is 100% JPEGs? I didn't limit the size. Why it keeps smaller? If I change it 4,000. It keeps still to 1,005 and 1,000, right? And then that is the spot I note in Lightroom, and you can change it. You can change in here the width and then the height. If you want
但是好像您change那个 width 的 height 永远都是1000没有变。
对你这个，就是朱老师这个协会的要求的是要求那个宽度或者是那个长度是 minimum 2000 pixel， 因为你这个 resolution 是300 per inch 的话，所以它总是会小于2000 because resolution is there. So unless you increase the resolution.
Increase the resolution?
不是的。
No, resolution doesn't matter. I think
因为你现在刚才那个 crop 以后，它那个 length 就只有1500个 pixel， 那个就达不到它那个 minimum 2000 pixel 的要求，所以它那个 website 就didn't accept your submission.
No, let me do long edge. The long edge is 3000.
You can, you can.
I can do. I'm not doing the erasure. Let me see how they come out. Yeah, 3,000 to 1,000. Now this is correct now. Let me do it again. Let me do it again, right? Before, because it's not ratio.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's not the width and the height. I put down one and I forgot to put on one. If you go by the long edge, that is what to know now. And then they are ratio to it. The resolution in effect, if you like to know the minimum 2000, right? Look at, pay attention. And then you just go by the long edge, 2000. Now 2000 and 1003, that's the long edge. This one is 2000. But if you want to play safe, just put down 4,000, right? You just long edge 4,000. So that means, whatever to the long edge, right? And then 4,000, 26.
这个就是还有一点问题哈，像我们有限制就是 total size 不要超过8个 MB。
It's definitely is good. And now if you see it, now if it's like the longer side 4,000, you just pick the longer this one, right? Because I think before is it like 1 point, this should be less than that. Oh, so now 4,000 is just because it's 11.3 megapixels.
Yeah, it's higher.
Yeah, you can. Now you can
do
make
both.
It smaller. Yeah,
you can set up both. No, don't change this. Carrie, don't change.
I don't know.
Let
me see how it go.
Okay.
Oh, now if I use 2,000, it's down to 2.3. I think it's a safe way. Use 3,000.
No, you can still keep 4,000, but
4,000.
Limit the size to 6 meg or something.
Yeah. Okay. So I think this is where you can resize the photo, whatever, right? And then if it's so problem, if it's like the one
above, you can also set a limit to the size.
Yeah. So that is the thing. Now even 3,000 is only 5.8.
Yeah.
It's only 5.8. And then I don't know if before 4,000 is already 11, right? 4,000. If I limit the size to 2.5
to 7
I can,
to 7 megabytes.
Yeah, I can get both. Yeah, 2 megabyte and 4,000.
Yeah,
you can have both. All right, let me refresh repeat one more time. Everybody start from scratch. Now, if I have a photo, it doesn't matter how big your photo is, right? And then you just want to, when you export it, and then you can resize it, the image size, and then pick the longer edge. The long edge, that means the longer one. This one, or when this one is the vertical one. So you just pick the 4,000. If you want to play safe, using 3,000, right? But if 4,000, we know that the memory is a little bit larger. Now you can click on limit the file size and limit it to, right? To me, I always use 2005. But if you have a Photoshop photo or something, you might pick it. So if you 4,000 in here, limit the size. If you have a problem, if you don't have any problem, you can leave it off. If you have it, you just export it. It will meet every criteria you need. You see that under 8 megabyte, 4,000, 2,667. Okay. Any questions? Tried it out because a lot of time you just try it out. Yeah.
I want to make a comment on the file size change. In case you are doing cell phone photo, like an iPhone photo, you can download a app called the image size to change the pixel. So iPhone will automatically give you a larger size. You can change the pixel to make it smaller.
Yeah. All right. So any questions for today's class and also the Resize thing? If nothing, that we can call for the day. So
I have a quick question, Zhu Laoshi, for today's class. Okay. Now you're saying, let's say my question is, so you're working on the pictures, say 4 or 5 pictures at the same time. So my question is, under what kind of condition that you are doing that? It's the same photo. Usually don't you just, if it's the same shooting photo, don't you just choose one that you want to work on? Why do you need to work on the same picture at the same time with the 5 same image?
Now you consider under what situation?
Or can it be working on different picture at the same time?
I know. So now like this one, right? You can say that, it doesn't make sense, right? If it's 61, 60, 66, they are pretty much the same.
Okay.
But when you, as I mentioned, when you go out and shooting, you shoot more than enough, right? In case maybe something, the tree is blowing, whatever. So that's why you shoot a lot. And when you come back and you just feel it, like you see like different angle, I'm shooting, maybe the sky a little bit, whatever, the water. So now a lot of the time you can, when you pick it, you see my color, I already picked a one. I can just pick one. I don't need to like work on all the photo at the same time because I know I can pick only one, right? But under what condition is, am I going to use it? Let me go back to this, to the group editing. Now, under what condition is this? I go to, it's under like this. You see that this kit, they're all different, right? Different angle, but the condition, you can say it is the same. Let me reset it, right? The condition is, now do you see when I get your auto sync, I reset it already. The condition is the same, the white balance problem, right? Because when you're shooting, you know, because outside is a outside light is a blue and inside is yellow. So that's the best the camera can do. So now you see that they are all different look, but they are all same problem, the white balance. That is the case. Now you can use the thing. I just fixing one thing, right? And then boom, too much yellowish. You just out. I just cut down a little bit in yellow, put in the red. You see that? It changed all 4 photos, the white balance only. And that is the situation. You use multi-photo editing.
I see.
It's not like, you know, one when you see the lighthouse, right? They're all the same. I don't need to do, but all this. I can use the same thing. This one. Apply to this. This is almost yellowish, right? And I use previous. See, I can use even down the row. This kit again. Your previous. You see that? See the change the color. That is the way that that is the time that you're using this editing thing. It's not the same lighthouse
Right.
picture.
So am I right to say it doesn't have to be exactly the same image? It can be a group of picture that is similar in the way.
Yeah, you can just, that's why sometimes you know that, and now if you come to this one, you can say that, oh no, this is brighter. Or maybe you just say that, all right, this one, all this thing. Let me change also the brightness, right? But if you want to come down in here, this yellow, but you don't want to change anything, you can just pick the kit, and then you just select this photo, and then you can use the sync and tell them, all right, just copy, no, just do the white balance only. Just do the white balance. You can say that, boom. Now this one, it just changed the white balance. It doesn't change all this thing. See that? So that is one of the ways you can copy only one thing over. Right? You can see that 4,389 0, and it just copied to there. When you reset it, it's 5,008. So that is sync, auto sync, previous, and what situation. Of course, and then later I can tell you all this preset. Now today, just learn all these things first, the free item. Okay?
Yeah.
Questions? Nothing? So good night, everybody.
谢谢老师。
Thank you.
晚安。
谢谢。